Monster Jam Stadium Championship Series West rolls into Vice City as they are here in Miami, Florida at Lone Depot Park for their fourth week of Monster Jam action in 2025. There are two main storylines on this series entering the weekend. The first, Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger has still not lost a race entering this week. He has won 3 racing competitions on the year through the 4 stadium events that we have had. And the point series right now is as tight as I have seen at the stadium level in years. Tristan England and Bryce Kenny are tied for the top spot on the series, with Todd LeDuc and Megalodon and Ryan Anderson very close behind, as well as many other drivers who are still very realistically in the hunt. This is the most important series weekend I have seen when it comes to points in the stadiums in a long time, and it all starts next on Monster Jam. Let's bring the boom, baby. It's back for another night of Monster Jam here on the channel. I am Who's Ready for Monster Jam, and I welcome you to Miami, Florida, as we get ready to go for another amazing weekend of Monster Jam on Stadium Championship Series West. This series has been fascinating. The points have been unbelievable. All 12 drivers still realistically have a chance at winning this series, so let's meet who they are. We'll start things off with the Pagliarulo trio, beginning with Nick Pagliarulo, the son of the man who is in charge of Tomfoolery Motorsports, Matt Pagliarulo, who is driving Jester. His son's driving Kraken, Matt driving Jester, his 10th year competing in Monster Jam, and his other son, Michael Pagliarulo, will be driving Excalibur. These three have been on tour together now for the first time ever this season, and it's very exciting to see how they've done. Kayla Blood in Sparkle Smash, the 2019 Arena Donut of the Year award winner, has not had much to show for her 2025 just yet. Jamie Garner in El Toro Loco, well, it might be his only accolade of the season, but he does have a freestyle win, and we'll see if he can maybe pick up another this weekend. After him, we have his son, Zach Garner, who is the defending World Racing Champion, and he is 32 points out of first place right now. Still a chance for Wildside. This man, though, Adam Anderson, while in Gravedigger he has a chance at coming back, it's been an abysmal start to 2025. No competition wins for him, but Colvin Art and Black Pearl has one. He grabbed freestyle last weekend in St. Louis, his first freestyle win in 2 years. Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger had a really rough weekend and lost his series lead. Now finds himself in 4th, but he's still undefeated in racing. Todd LeDuc and Megalodon very close to the top of this point series, 8 points out from number 1 on this series entering the Miami weekend. Bryce Kenny and Mantrama, though, this man is tied for first place and is a real threat to win this series alongside Tristan England in the JCB Digatron. The two of them have 110 points and sit in 1st, entering Miami. Competition number 1 of the day will be racing. Our first competitors will be Michael Pagliarulo and Jamie Garner, driving Excalibur and El Toro Loco respectively. They kind of changed back to that racing track they had in their first weekend. No more jumping over the tabletop. Excalibur clips the turning bump, and Jamie Garner has a lead. This track is a little bit more interesting in Miami. It's a lot tighter than what we're used to seeing. I'll get more into that as round 1 progresses, but the winner of this first race is a close one. Jamie Garner, though, takes it home. Now, Sparkle Smash, Kayla Blood leaves the line with Colvin Art and Black Pearl sitting there. Not sure what happened. We're going to restage them. So, again, Miami's a smaller floor. It's a baseball stadium, but they're only allowed to use this portion of the track. And every year it leads to a very unique kind of racing. It's a track that's going to play in the hands of the arena drivers better. The guys who have spent more time in arenas usually do well here because this track is much tighter turns. Colvin Art showcasing that well, but he's going to clip the turning bump. It doesn't slow him down. It pushes him further ahead, and he gets a win. Now Nick Pagliarulo takes on his father, Matt, as Kraken takes on Jester here in round number 1. A battle of father and son. couple opportunities for that on this series. Kraken almost flipped it over, but they are dead even. Heading through this final turn, Matt Pagliarulo goes super deep, but he is flooring it, and he wins the race, taking down his son. Now Bryce Kenny and Montrema takes on Adam Anderson and Gravedigger, and if Adam wants to have a chance at being competitive in this point series, he needs a big weekend in Miami. He is far enough behind that he can't afford to lose points at the way the rest of these drivers are going. They are dead even right now. Oh, wow, a photo finish. I don't know who won that race. We got to take a look because, my, oh my, it was Monster Mutt. So Monster Mutt wins the race as we've got ourselves another staging issue here. Jamie Garner and El Toro Loco will take on his son, Zach Garner, in Wildside. And again, the lights are having problems, and Jamie's going to have to restage. So another father-son battle here. But Bryce Kenny, also, notice how his light is red. I don't know why he's going. Well, third time was the charm. They fixed it on the third pass. I don't know what's going on here, but Miami's lights are a problem. So Bryce Kenny is able to take down Adam Anderson, burying him even deeper and keeping himself important in the point standings right at the top. Zach Garner going to try and take down his father here in this race, and he does. A very sloppy pass between both of them, but here we go to the second round of racing. Tyler Duke and Megalodon got a bye run going up against Black Pearl, driven by Cole Bernard. Black Pearl, really constant competitor in this competition. They are dead even. So many close races right now. Cole is slinging it through the final turn. Who will win? Black Pearl making a shake up in the points. Taking down Tyler Duke in round two. That is huge this weekend. Every competition so crucial at this point in the game as Tristan England in the JCB Digatron is in this race, taking on Matt Pagliarulo and Jester. And while Tyler Duke just had a really difficult battle, Tristan England finds himself in a bit of an easier one. Matt Pagliarulo, not the best of racers, and he is taken down. Very exciting night of racing so far. This is a huge race in round two now. Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger goes up against Bryce Kenny and Monster Mutt. And Ryan Anderson, for his own sake, needs to take down Bryce Kenny. And Bryce Kenny can take down Ryan Anderson for the first time. No one's beaten Ryan Anderson this year, and it will not change there. So Ryan Anderson's winning streak continues into the semifinal round. Now Zach Garner in Wildside takes on Cole Bernard in the Black Pearl. So Ryan Anderson clawing back up to the top of the points lead. Bryce Kenny lost a couple there. This is the semifinal round of racing here. Both of these guys have looked fast today. Zach Garner doesn't have a racing win, but he's a defending racing champion. Who across the line first? It's Black Pearl. Fresh off a freestyle win, and he's going to the finals. He'll take on the winner of this race. It's either Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger or Tristan England in the JCB Digatron. Tristan England can pull away to a big-time series lead, big time by a few points, if he can beat Ryan Anderson here. Oh my, he does! The winning streak is over! Ryan Anderson had not lost a race on the year until that point, and now Tristan England moves to the final round against Cole Bernard. And he can add even more points by winning this one, but Cole Bernard looks dialed in today, but he's sloppy. He's crossing it all up in this final round. Who will cross the line first? It's Black Pearl! Cole Bernard has done it in Miami. Wow. What a night for Cole Bernard and the Black Pearl, and it just got even better as the competition went along, and he picks up his first racing win of the year and the first in I don't know how long. Let's move on to skills. Well, those guys got me fired up in racing, and Michael Pagliarulo and Excalibur will now try and fire me up here in skills. Very happy for Cole Bernard and the Black Pearl. I'll talk about him more later. He was pumped up about his freestyle win. Now he's got a racing win. I don't know when he last won one, but it's been a long time. I can tell you that. Probably a couple of years. But Michael Pagliarulo is going to try and add his stamp to the competition with maybe a skills win today. Impressive looking run right now. I'm going to give my score, and at the end of the competition, we'll give the score the fans gave him, and I would give him an 8 for that. Caleb Blood and Sparkle Smash. Attempts upon her, keyword attempts, because it was failed. She now tries a stoppie for move number 2. That was not great. I'm not even going to bother scoring that. Here's Kraken. Nick Pagliarulo getting deep on the bicycle. Woo-hoo. He was not playing around there. Now trying to stoppie. Last year he had some wild moves in this very building. By the way, he's got a broken axle in the back left. You can see that wheel spinning even though the other 3 wheels are locked up. That's because that axle is broken there. It doesn't impact his moonwalking abilities, and his run will come to a close right there. And I will give him first place with that, with an 8.75. Here's Adam Anderson and Gravedigger. Will this be the competition that Adam Anderson finally turns the corner and does something good in 2025? This is a rare start to a year for Adam Anderson that is in the gutter. No competition wins, and an okay first move there. Skills has never been Adam Anderson's best competition. We know that. This is one he probably wins less than any. But man, would it feel good for him to pick one up here. Did a little one-sided bicycle, but I can't give him anything more than an 8.4 there. Here comes Jamie Garner and El Toro Loco. Tried to reverse popper. Wasn't super successful. Tries a forward popper now. Not successful at all. 3.1. Now Tyler Duke and Megalodon. He's been sneaky in this competition. He does have a skills win on the year, and he popped it into the moonwalk. He is on one wheel, balancing it. Oh, but he flipped it over. That's going to cost him some points. Todd's kind of over-driving a little bit here today. We'll see if he can make up the ground in freestyle. And now Matt Pagliarulo and Jester will try a donut on top of this massive tabletop. This is a chance for you to do something pretty cool, but instead, he's going to flip it over. He might have a crazy save in him, but he couldn't quite maneuver the steering wheel to do so, so instead it's just a crash. Here's Bryce Kenny, Monster Mutt. Bryce needs to make up some points in this competition after losing a few in racing. That's not a combo. That is not a combo. I would be very tempted to eliminate him here and give him 2 moves on this. I am going to count him for 2 moves on that. He was totally set down and attempted a second move, and they called him on it! Oh, yeah! Oh, I love you. Who's the competition manager on this tour? Because I need to give you a hug. I love that they called him for 2 moves, because that's exactly what it was. Whoever made that call, and I know someone watching this video will know who made that call, please give them a hug for me, because that is the best use of the combo rule I've ever seen. Yes! Here's Zach Garner and Wildside. I can't believe I'm so excited about cutting someone's run short. I'll give Bryce Kenny a 7.9. It was a good 2 moves, but it was 2 moves. Oh, I'm fired up about that. That might not even be what happened. He might not have just been able to do another move, but I have to imagine. I mean, to me, that was a clear violation. And that means his run should be over. And if you are a competition manager, it is your job to end his run. And whoever made that call, I think they made the call and got it right for sure. Wildside trying to bicycle after his tombstone maneuver. Oh my! Little pause, and he lands on the tarps over there. I'll give him an 8.6, but I still have Kraken in first. Here's Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger. Ryan Anderson lost his racing streak tonight, and everything is going wrong for the Anderson family here at the stadium level on this series. He at least does something kind of neat there, but that's an 8.5. Here's Tristan England, JCB Digatron. Lost in the final round of racing today, but I'm sure he's thrilled that it was to Cole Vennard, because no better guy to lose it to. I've got your current leader being Kraken with an 8.75. I never thought those words would come out of my mouth with just 2 competitors left, but Tristan England is obviously an elite competitor here in this competition, and, well, he did a phenomenal move here on move number 1, but he's still going to have to follow it up. Hi, Tristan. Just chilling there. Having a sandwich. Any kind you want. Oh, he's just going to combo it down, because why not? I mean, he just keeps on going. This is great. Perfect. I mean, this is the combo move of the year right here. Nobody's been able to do this season, and Tristan's just showing them all how it's done, and he's still got another move left, so let her eat, baby, let her eat. No better time than now. I mean, he got 11 points in racing, and Tristan is still in first place on this series. So a big skills number here, he could find himself pulling away from the pack. And if Tristan England wins a Stadium Championship Series, that would be a huge boost for his career. Look at that move! Perfect! I'm giving him a 9.5 for that. Here's Cole Vennard in the Black Pearl. He kind of botched his reverse popper, but he made up for it a little nicely. There you go. There you go. Now he's going to try a bicycle here. All right. He will set her down, and that is the end of the run and the end of the skills competition. That's 7. So I've got Tristan England winning. I mean, there wasn't even anyone close. If someone beat Tristan England, I'm going to be very upset. Okay, they didn't, thankfully. Tristan England got a 9.757. Monster Mutt got second with a 9.290, even with that move. Kraken got all the way down, and that looks like 5th or 6th, even though I put him in 2nd place. So, interesting scores here. But the big number to look at, Son of a Digger with an 8.009 puts him way down there. Megalodon finished in 3rd. So those top 3 drivers just put major gaps between them and Ryan Anderson right now, heading into the freestyle competition that is going to be super important. So the all-important freestyle competition will begin with the Sparkle Smash Truck driven by Caleb Blood. There are so many points up for grabs in this competition. Again, 12 more, and Tristan England right now is 1 point off of a perfect event and has got a pretty decent lead. Probably, I would say, 6 or 7 points right now on the series. And with Ryan Anderson getting further and further away, this is the most important freestyle competition Ryan Anderson will have had in a very long time. Lots of points developments right now heading into this competition. But Caleb Blood can kind of change up the dynamic and say, well, everyone's focusing on these drivers. I want the focus to be on me. She's going to try and do that by winning a freestyle here today. She does not have a competition win yet here in 2025. Took her a little while last year to grab one as well. But it is nice that those truck problems that were bothering her in week number 1 seem to have subsided. And now it's just about finding your flow, finding your rhythm, and getting used to this track that is not super easy to get used to. And this track is going to be an even weirder one. This track's almost like Tacoma or Fargo or Reno. I mean, it's a small track. She might be having some truck problems here. She might have just lost all forward drive, so she was just in reverse, but she can't go forward anymore. Something wrong with that transmission has prevented her from even being able to go forward. That is a real shame, and I don't know how that happens, but it just did. Look. So that's going to kind of sting for Caleb Blood. Truck problems bothering her now. And here's Jamie Garner and El Toro Loco just throwing all the shade on Ryan Anderson, kicking a man while he's down, why don't you? Nice air to start off his run. Jamie Garner is a freestyle winner in 2025. I don't remember the last time Jamie Garner won a freestyle competition. Someone let me know in the comments before this season, because I don't know what it was. It's been a while. At least at the stadium level. I don't know if he had any arenas, but maybe. Those don't really count, though. Statistically, at least. Nice air off the car stack. So as I was trying to say, this floor is so much smaller than what we're used to at the stadium level. You've really got to manufacture stuff. And last year's Miami freestyles were abhorrent. I mean, some of the worst freestyles of the year last year came in this very building. I hope we don't follow that precedent this year with some more stinkers. I really hope that this year we could see maybe 1 or 2 good ones. I also, earlier today, did the commentary on San Antonio 1, and that was the worst show of the year. But this show is definitely not going to be the worst show of the year. We've had a pretty interesting event so far. Skills wasn't super great, but racing was very, very unique. It was a really competitive competition, and now freestyle sets itself up for a major points shake-up again. So you really never know how things are going to go down at the end of today. And I obviously won't be able to give you the updated points at the end of the night because I have no way of seeing those without doing a little bit of math, so I'd rather just go over them at the end of the weekend after tomorrow night's event. So on Sunday, 7 days from me recording this commentary, by the way, is when we'll find out what the points are like. Jamie's not done anything at all in this run. I have to imagine he might be setting up for a backflip here. Nope. Wow. So what was the point of this entire freestyle for Jamie Garner? I mean, he's just taking it really slow and steady. I mean, I didn't even give Caleb Blood a score because I didn't really think it would matter. I'm going to have to score Jamie Garner, though, that's for sure. It's probably not even going to be in the 7s at the rate we're going. Time is still up, still trucking along, though. Glad to see the ribbon board operators figured out themselves, because last year the ribbon board operators were really bad here in Miami. So that's the end of the run. I don't know. Here's Matt Pagliarulo and Jester. I'm going to give that a 6.6. That was a really boring freestyle. It's too bad when a driver fills the clock and doesn't really do much of anything. But Matt Pagliarulo definitely could take a lead right now with a freestyle. He's been surprisingly pretty good in freestyle. A guy who I personally have slept on over the last year plus since the beginning of the 2024 season, but he has been a man who has been able to put down a good freestyle here and there. Good air. We've got a fan directly in front of us who loves to clap with their hands up in the air. Never been a fan of folks like that. Yeah, wow. That's going to continue throughout the rest of the show, I already know. Reminds me of I did one independent show last summer. It was a terrible show. It was like a 6-truck event in the small little fairgrounds. It was just to do a commentary. And the show stunk, but there was a lady nearby who was screaming her head off the entire time. And that reminded me of that, of just fans who were interfering with the with the commentary and the enjoyment. Because it's not, I mean, you're not just interfering with my commentary. Wow! Big air. Very nice. You're not just interfering with my commentary, you're disrupting all the fans around you by doing stuff like that. The amount of mud and dirt that is being slung around the stadium right now on this run is insane. I could see it in the pixels on the screen, just all the dirt flying about. This has been better than what Jamie Garner did, but without a back... Oh! Matty Pegs! I didn't know he could do a stoppie. Cool! I mean, that was great. Is he going to do another one? He's feeling stoppy-ish? I mean, hell... Oh, no. Are we going to have another fire here? No, I don't think we are. All right, well, that's good. Very close to another fire. I'll give that a 7.4. That was a pretty good freestyle, I've got to say. The truck looks like it's on fire. Now, okay, now it's time to lock back in. Because Ryan Anderson's freestyling now, and he's coming out early because last weekend on Sunday, he had a terrible freestyle, flipped over early, and he did that last Saturday, too. He's in a real rut freestyle-wise, and this is the single most important freestyle Ryan Anderson has had in over a year. Because if he doesn't do well in freestyle right now, he's going to be further and further down the points, with guys like Tristan England and Bryce Kenny not relenting at all right now. Obviously, anything can happen at a stroke of a pen. That's not a proper reference for that, but anything can happen in any given event. You could have a driver get 3 points. It's very possible. You could have one guy get 32, and the top 2 drivers get 5 and 6. But Ryan Anderson right now understands that he needs a big freestyle the way things have been going, and it doesn't even need to be big, but he must finish in the top 3 right now, or he's going to be finding himself in deep water going into the next few events. There you go, Ryan Anderson, make the statement. Oh dear, she's flipping over. Oh my, we might need a crazy save out of the son of a digger, and guess what? They shut him off to rob you of any chance of that. God, guys, I don't understand. Do we want the fans to care about the sport or not? Here's Zach Garner on Wildside. Now, I have no proof that he was shut off because I couldn't see the RII light, but that's the only thing that would make sense. Big air out of Zach Garner. So Ryan Anderson right there, I'm going to give him a 7.3. No, 7.1. He lost some big points. He did. And if he had saved that, man, things would have turned around completely. But it just gets worse and worse and worse. Terrible, terrible few event stretch. Now, Zach Garner on Wildside's off to a very good start. He's had 2 big leaps very early on here in Miami. And now make it 3 big leaps. So Wildside's here to play. He sees that the door is open, and Zach knows. After his terrible weekend in Anaheim, he has found himself still in a points contention right now. And he is just going full bore, and I love that. He was 32 points out entering the day. That is less than a full event's worth of points. All it's going to take is 2 or 3 big events from him, and he'll be right in it. And he had a pretty good racing competition today. Skills might have been a pretty good... I don't remember what his skills number was. But a big freestyle here, even a freestyle win, he would put himself in the conversation still, keeping himself there. He needs to stay... You need to stay within that 1 event realm. If you could be within 1 event's worth of points, you have a shot at this point in the season. He hits the backflip, gets huge air on it. Oh no! All right, little save in reverse. That was cool. Was trying to do something a little different than that, but the truck decided to pitch itself over. But Zach is having a good run right now. This is a consistent freestyle. He is going full speed. Oh, yeah! Unbelievable air. I mean, he used every inch of this floor to air it out. This is a good freestyle. Still has time left to go, and still flying. Now, this is the Zach Garner I've been preaching about all season long, finally coming into form, and I'm going to give him a 9.35 for that freestyle. And Kraken started his run and they shut him off, and now he's going again. So I don't know what just happened there, but Nick Pagliarulo is having a decent day today. He got knocked out in round 1 of racing, but I can overlook that because of his pretty good skills performance. And a good freestyle today would help him. But I think he might have a truck problem. He did have that broken axle in the skills competition on the back left. Looks like they fixed that. But I thought I saw a problem with the back right now. He's got a new wheel back there. Very nice air. So far, this year's Miami Freestyle is doing numbers compared to last year's. Last year's Miami Freestyle was so bad that I think we have already had a better freestyle competition right now than both of... Oh, dear. Well, something happened there. I don't know what happened. It almost was like they shut him off. You know, sometimes shutoffs like that happen because of things that aren't happening with the truck on the track. Possible a fan went into the safety holds, but Kraken's not worried about that. He is going crazy! Awesome! He did break, though, on the landing, so his run's over. But very good day for Nick Pagliarulo and Kraken, so much so I'll give him a 7.8. That was a good freestyle. I mean, Nicky Pags is coming out here, and you have to keep in mind, as Todd LeDuc and Megalodon freestyles now, every driver that comes out and places higher than Son of a Digger, I mean, his hole gets deeper and deeper and deeper. Now, I don't know if they're actually scoring above Ryan Anderson, numbers-wise, but you have to imagine that some of these guys are. And if you're Ryan Anderson right now, you are praying for the downfall of the remainder of this competition. And Todd LeDuc is the first one of those guys with that serious points contention, especially because he finished so much higher in skills than I thought he should have. So I thought Todd might have been out of it, but he kept himself right back in it. And with a freestyle number here that could be really high, you might see Todd LeDuc really getting himself up there. Even though Wildside had such a good run, I don't know if Todd LeDuc is capable of grabbing a lead from that at this point in the game. Someone mentioned it on one of the commentaries last week, how Todd LeDuc is just really frustrating to watch nowadays, because we know Todd LeDuc has the talent to do crazy stuff, and he's just deciding, you know what, I don't really want to drive that hard anymore. I mean, like, what is that? What is that, Todd? You could have at least hit that a little bit. There's more than a minute left in your run. You don't need to baby it. He lands the backflip. The shocks absorb every ounce of that. And now he has tons of time to work with. I think about 40 seconds or so. So, really a lot of room to play around in this big shark tank. Time to bicycle and do his crazy spinorama moves. I said it last week, nobody's better at deciding to flip over a truck randomly than this man. Now he's going to pick up that pace a little bit. Oh, that's not the spot to try and do that, though, Todd, because if you flip over there, they're going to shut you off instantly because you'll be out of the bounds. He's trying to flip this thing over, but his time is up and his number is not going to be good. That's an 8.6 freestyle overall. Todd had a window to get a nice number. While he still will be over Ryan Anderson, it's not where he needs to be. And now Bryce Kenny, another guy who has really major points implications riding on this freestyle. Bryce understands now that he was in first entering the day, tied with Tristan England. Well, Tristan gained points on him in both racing and skills. So Bryce needs a big freestyle number here, and he needs Tristan England to have a pretty bad one, and then he'll be right back where he was entering the day in first place. It's going to take a lot for that to happen. This hat is hurting my head. What are we doing that for? Stop that. First off, the driver can't see you, so... Also, there's very little fans in the stands here. Not very abnormal for Marlins Park. They are very much used to having no fans in the stands because the Marlins stink. And they have done nothing in this offseason either, so they're going to be worse next year, which is great for me as a Mets fan. Seems like the only action that Marlins Park is going to see this year will be Monster Jam, which wouldn't be surprising. Rice going to line her up to the car stack. There you go. Keeping up the pace, but this has not been at Zach Garner's level. Zach's run was really, really good, and a 9.35 is, in 2025, 9.35 has not been hit much at all. Oh no! His truck couldn't even go for the backflip, and now Tristan England in the JCB Digatron will come out next. And that's a tough, tough blow for Bryce Kenny. He didn't do anything in that run, and I would put him at about a 7. I would even put him below Ryan Anderson, honestly. So Tristan England now with a chance to take a big, big lead in the points. Well, I won't be able to know the exact points at the end of the day. I mean, knowing where these guys were entering the day, you can kind of do simple math in your head, and if Tristan wins the overall, which at the rate he's going shouldn't be hard to do, well, then he might find himself in a really, really nice spot entering tomorrow's event. Last year, he got buried by Tyler Menninga early. He made it close when it came around time for Minneapolis, but right now, Tristan realizes what's at stake here, and he knows that he has a real opportunity to take a lead on this Stadium Series and be a Stadium Series champion, defying all the odds. Nice air. I said it entering this season that I thought this series was going to come down to Tristan England and Zach Garner, and today has been proving that exactly. And even though it's taken a couple weeks for Zach Garner to kind of kick it in gear, well, Tristan England has taken over, and it's not surprising to me at all. It's about on par with what I was expecting. Here comes a backflip. There we go. Moonwalked it a little too hard, and now he overdoes it. Wow. A little antsy in these trucks, man. So Michael Pagliarulo and Excalibur comes out now with Adam Anderson not freestyling yet. This is now the chance for Adam to get right back into the points standings, because Tristan, Bryce, and Todd have had underwhelming freestyle runs. I'd give Tristan about a 7.7. So Zach Garner not only is sitting pretty in first, but he's going to gain some points, and he needs the remainder of these drivers to do so as well, so that he can crawl back up, and same with Adam, maybe even a guy like Cole Vennard. Nice air from Excalibur. So Cole Vennard, who won racing today, going to try and go back-to-back in freestyle. He could inch himself closer to the points series. I mean, things are spicy right now on Stadium West, and I like it. I'm here for it. You knew this series was going to be close, and you have to imagine that these drivers are feeling the pressure already. It's not even the end of January yet, and you could see pressure mounting in every single competition and every single move for some of those guys at the top of the series, because they know that if they pull away right now, it might be hard to lose that lead. So they got to do it. But nobody was able to do it today. Now, Michael Pagliarulo might be going for a backflip here. He's had a pretty good freestyle so far, one of the better ones. Oh, he overdid it a little bit. Popped the hood. Wanted to check how the underhood stuff was doing, but there's nothing under there except for shocks. Does look pretty cool, though. Very nice air. Now, Michael Pagliarulo's done this a lot this year, and I wouldn't be surprised if he whips out a sneaky freestyle win this season. Might even be today at the rate he's going. I mean, Michael Pagliarulo has been a sneaky competitor. This is not quite what Zach Garner did, but this has been a good freestyle. It'll probably put him in second. I mean, he's got some time to do something else. Gonna cross-thread it a little bit. All right, that was a good run. I mean, I would overall give that a 9.15, put him firmly in second place. Give a round of applause for Michael Pagliarulo. It was not the best run of the day. Zach Garner clearly has that. But, like I said, Michael Pagliarulo growing. He might grab a freestyle win this year. I wouldn't be surprised. Adam Anderson and Gravedigger will now be the driver to hit the floor, and as I just mentioned a freestyle run ago, this is finally Adam's chance. In the year in which he has buried himself so badly, he can still keep himself competitive if he wins freestyle tonight, and this is going to take a pretty good one to do it because Zach Garner had such a good freestyle run. And Adam Anderson, obviously a longtime veteran of the sport. He's a 5-time world champion. He now has the most world championships out of any driver currently competing. And not having a competition win yet this season, I'm sure, is right there in the front of his mind, and it bothers him every step of the way. You know Adam Anderson needs to get that monkey off his back. And this is a good start to the run. He is below the pace of Wildside. I would put him at about 85% of Wildside's run. So he's going to need to pick it up either right now or get a crazy move in there. Like that! Oh no, but it's going to cost him. Oh dear, Adam Anderson just can't catch a break in 2025. And Colvin Art and Black Pearl decides he's going to announce his presence as I assume, yes, the final, maybe not the final freestyler of the day. We might have one more. I don't know who else is to come, but Colvin Art is certainly going to try and grab himself back-to-back freestyle wins. So Adam Anderson, I would probably go for a 7.5 for that. A lot of underwhelming runs. So Cole might be able to take down his teammate Zach Garner with a big freestyle, and he looks already primed and ready to do that. And a double down today would feel great for this man. He won racing. I don't know when the last time was that he did that. I know he has in recent years, but I don't think he had a single one last season. I don't remember or not, but coming off of a freestyle win last year that I thought was undeserved last weekend, I think he still had a good run. Now he can take another one. He's certainly driving like he wants it, man. He knows. And he also understands. Colvin Art didn't come into the series with the mindset of, I need to win a series championship, or I'm trying to win a series championship. Obviously, he would love to do that. He's not going to be upset, and he's going to go for it if he can. But he's not expecting to. But he realizes that the window is opening right now for Cole the Nard to become a series champion if he can do stuff like this throughout the rest of the season. Everyone else is driving a little too anxious. They're way too antsy. Cole doesn't care, and it shows. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Cole doesn't care about ruining his truck. He's going to go big all 2 minutes, and that might help him as this year goes along. Now he's going to make his way over to that awkwardly located backflip in Miami, and that eats up a ton of time with not much left to go. Could have done a moonwalk, but didn't quite hit the gas in time. Now might have one more move, and I don't think this is enough to beat Zach Garner. It's going to be very close, though. He wants to try. Oh, dear. That was almost a brutal landing. He still has time. Nope, his time is up. I would place that above Excalibur. I would give that a 9.25, but I still think that Zach Garner and Wildside was the best run of the day. But Colvin Art's going to finish us off with a very nice donut. And I don't think, that's the end of the event. So that'll do it. Let's find out who the freestyle winner here was today. It has to be Zach Garner. What? Excalibur won freestyle. I mean, he had a good run. But what is the disgraceful score for Wildside? How did they give Wildside an 8.280? Blasphemy! That is blasphemy! What are you talking about? Wow. Son of a Digger finishing 4th? What are these scores, bro? What are these scores? Bryce Kenny took a big hit. Well, let's take a look at the overall event championship. I mean, after a disgustingly scored freestyle competition, Michael Pagliarulo just won the biggest competition of his life. Great for him. I mean, that's got to be exhilarating, and I said that he was going to win a freestyle competition this season. It shouldn't have ever been today, but it was, and now he's going to be celebrating. So that's obviously what we're seeing here with all the... Yeah, I mean, that's exciting. Great for Michael Pagliarulo. He deserves to be happy, but... I'm just upset about that Wildside score. That's disgusting. So let's see who won the overall. Tristan England did win the overall, as he should have, with 33 points. And Colvin Art with 26. So Tristan England put, 11 points on Bryce Kenny today. He also managed to put 8 on Todd the Duke and 8 on Ryan Anderson. So Tristan England right now has an 11-point lead on this series going into tomorrow. Colvin Hart also climbing his way up as well. This series is going to be fascinating, and while the scoring makes no sense, wow. This series is going to be fascinating, and I'm excited for it. I'm very much here for it. I don't even know what to title this video, because obviously the star of the show is Michael Pagliarulo, but he didn't deserve it. It wasn't even a question. So, I don't know. Good for him. Very good for him. Congratulations to Michael Pagliarulo. I mean, that is seriously a really big deal. I hope you all enjoyed it. This was a very good event. Entertainment-wise, probably top 3 of the year. And I hope you all have a great one, and we'll see you all in the next one.